Cruz Show, Real 92.3, LA's new home for hip-hop. Francia Raisa is on the Cruz Show. Hello, Francia.
Hola, hola, hi.
What's good? How are you?
I'm good. Wow, I got a little picante right now.
Enjoying some candy, some dulce?
You guys invited me in with some candy, some Mexican candy.
You brought your own tapatio, though. You're an OG.
I carry my own tapatio.
Yeah.
You just never know.
Nah.
You go to restaurants. I don't want like the watered down hot sauce. I want some good stuff.
You don't like Tabasco? No.
Don't call me out.
Tabasco's cool though, like on like
It'll
certain
do the-
things, like on
On certain
omelets.
things, yeah.
does
I like
the
them on
job.
hash browns. Like there's different sauces.
I'll
for
do it in a
different
Bloody
things.
Mary, not on food.
Ah, there it is.
Yeah.
Absolutely, yeah. Do you feel
Yeah.
like a drink now?
I always feel like
Me
a
too,
drink.
man.
¿Dónde andas?
Feels
Wait,
like
do we have
one right
tequila?
now.
Yeah.
Yo, bring it out.
We don't have any tequila. We drank it. We have beer. Are you a beer girl?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Michelada,
Yeah.
girl?
Let's
What do you
beer it
have?
up, man.
Corona, Pacifico.
Corona.
Pacifico's my shit.
Corona.
Corona.
Corona, good.
Because we're
Corona.
sponsored by it.
Corona. This is not live, thank God.
I know, right? Yo, How I Met Your Father on Hulu.
But I said Corona.
Fire
You did
show.
first.
Congratulations, Francia.
you,
Man,
thank you.
whoa, you guys are really doing it, man. So it's off. It's I guess a spin-off, I guess. Would you call it a spin-off of How I Met Your Mother? Is it?
No, I think it's a
Because it takes
completely
place in the
different
same
show.
house. I mean, in the same apartment, right?
Well, I guess that's part of the spinoff is the apartment. Yeah. So it's a newer version of this show. You know, originally it was like a reboot, a spinoff, but it's a reimagining
Okay.
of the original with an all new cast. And the more I watch the show, the more I realize it is a completely new show. But the audience is familiar with the apartment, and it's almost nice. You know, we all move out of apartments all the time and
Yeah.
houses, so it's
Yeah.
nice to see who else takes over and starts developing this storyline that you also fall in love with,
Right,
from a
right,
different
right.
perspective, a female this time.
Yeah, right. And it's it's so cool. You and Hillary Duff have great chemistry. You guys seem as if you're friends on camera, off camera.
Yeah.
There's a good chemistry there, right? She's really cool.
Yeah, I wasn't surprised. Obviously, I grew up watching her, and you know they say don't meet your heroes, right? And I've had some experiences, but with her, it was welcoming from day one. Obviously, she's the star of the show, so she really sets the precedence on set, and she's so professional, always on time, knows her lines. But also, the day that I got the call that I got it, she called me and was like, "I'm so happy. I was rooting for
very
you."
cool.
And she really
Dope.
puts a lot of effort in the friendship. Where at one point, I was on the phone with her, and I was like, "Are you fucking with me?" She goes, "What?" I was like, "Sisterhood like this, we all talk about and want, but I don't experience it for real. Are you? Sometimes I feel like you're just fucking with me." She goes, "Of course not." I was like, "I know you're not, but it's so weird that this is weird to me, and I hate that it's weird to me, but I'm glad to know that it does exist, so I can start bringing that
does.
into other friendships."
Yeah.
Sure, yeah, no, and
Awesome.
it helps you become a different person with other people
Yeah.
and relationships and friendships. Absolutely, just one person can turn that around.
Yeah, which I
because
already
of their energy.
felt I was, but she goes above and beyond. Like, you know, she's also a producer on the show, but she lets us know what's going on set that probably like we don't hear about, not in like revealing anything, but there's so much going on to make a show. She's like, "Hey, just so you know, this is happening, it's a group effort, it's an ensemble cast, we are a team." And
Very
she
dope.
really
Love
treats
that.
it like it's
Yeah.
it's teamwork.
Then
to
she
make
must
this.
come with like the fire cheese man, right? Like, yo, you know, so and so's.
Oh, we're almost there. We're almost there. She takes her producer hat really seriously.
Gotta be a pro. You gotta be a
You
pro.
got to be a pro. But
Yes.
I'm teaching her about Cheeseman. Don't get it twisted.
You feel me?
Do you
yeah.
speak Spanish to her?
Oh, all the time.
Yeah.
She asked me to teach her more Spanish. Yeah.
Oh,
So
that's
if I
great.
do have tea, I'm like, Cheeseman. And she'll go. She'll just say, go.
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 I love it.
Girl, right? Tell me.
Thank you. What's up? Here's my ear.
Francia, man. Yo, so How I Met Your Father, great show. It's on Hulu. New episodes on Monday. Garcia is a huge fan. He's our producer. Jeff Garcia, the sports dude. Him and his wife watch the show. They love the show. You guys also watched How I Met Your Mother as well, huh?
Yeah, we were talking about that in the elevator.
Yeah, man. Yeah. It's a great show, and fans are like really digging the show, man.
Yeah, thankfully, yeah. And it comes out Tuesday, so it comes out Monday nights at midnight, but that's East
Tuesday,
Coast.
right?
Yeah.
We see it like as music too. When someone drops a song,
Yeah.
it's like coming out tomorrow. Well, actually, West Coast
Midnight.
9.
Yeah, West Coast 9, which I'm happy about.
Right.
What was the question I messed up?
No. Listen, you grew up in LA.
Yes, I grew up in LA.
You grew up in LA. Your dad is like a very famous morning guy.
Yeah,
in radio.
yeah. Like radio.
Icon, yep.
Yeah, icon, yeah.
Icon, my G.
Con una estrella.
You grew up with someone in radio, so you know what it is. You know what we go through.
Oh, yeah. You guys have
it.
a really tough job, and I'm really weirded out I still don't have headphones.
Oh, no, it's okay. It's okay.
Because we're not live, yeah. No, it's a tough job for you guys. You guys are
Yeah.
very talented. I mean, we
lot.
we get scripts. You guys improv for hours and hours and hours. And, sometimes you get calls that you don't expect. And you're like, how do we use this? How do we not? And sometimes you probably have to save your own asses from shit that you're like, I didn't mean to say that. And you're live. You're live. There's no,
Right.
take two.
No, there isn't. If you're live, you're live. You can dump it. There is a dump button, but that's timing as well. And if you miss that, then
Yeah,
you
and-
say the F word, it's out there.
Oh, yeah, exactly. And the worst part, now it's different, but if you get sick one day, which prior to COVID, it's like, no, I have to do the show still.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
We
Yeah.
didn't used to take time off before COVID, really. After COVID, I feel like we've all kind of had to take time off. I actually had to take time off yesterday, and these guys figured it out without me, and I'm very proud of them.
Oh, wow.
Well, thank you, Les. Yeah,
That's
yeah.
awesome.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
without Les, we fall apart.
Yeah,
No,
we fall
I'm
apart.
the
Yeah,
DJ. I'm
we
the DJ of the show. So,
Yeah.
like, I had to put together the show, and they had to, like, figure out, like, they had to do math. Math is so hard to me sometimes. And in
didn't have
order
to
for
do
the
math.
show to function, they had to do math.
I feel like men just fall
didn't go to
apart,
college.
period, without their woman in their life. Like,
not
they
these
have,
guys.
no.
These guys got
No,
it.
No,
There's
listen.
there's a gift that we have as
Yeah.
women that once you experience it, I think
Yeah.
males understand
Well,
they need
listen,
it.
when my wife goes out of town, I'm just like, I'm just sitting there like,
¿Y ahora qué?
now what? Like, I guess I got to warm up a pizza or
Yeah.
something. I don't know what I got to do.
Yeah,
here.
exactly. See, you start noticing.
Salute to the woman, man,
Yeah.
for
Yeah.
real.
Yeah.
So why not radio? Why acting? Did you ever think about maybe I can do radio like my dad? Or
You know
did you
what?
not want to do it?
I experienced it with him for a bit. So I watched a lot of novelas with my abuela when I was growing up, and I watched it up until high school. And I just said, one day I'm gonna do this. And when I have something in my head, I go for it.
Yeah.
And then I went to the radio stations with my dad on Saturdays. So I became part of his bit, and it was just so much. And I think it was also hard too because I was with my dad. If I did something wrong, ¿cómo me regañaba? Porque era mi papá. Like, it's not like he was paying me or anything. So I was like, this isn't fun at all.
Radio could be fun, and then there's days, a lot of days, where it's
Yeah.
not necessarily fun.
No.
Garcia, you know about that.
Yeah, they're not fun.
It's hard, and sometimes it's a lot of work to make it sound fun and natural.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I'm
Yeah. And with acting, though, it's like I love creating a whole different human being. And,
Yeah.
essentially I'm studying human behavior for a living.
Absolutely.
And
Absolutely, yeah.
it's been very healing for me, for like trauma that's happened in my life and stuff, to be able to understand perspective of human emotions. And it's also helped me with relationships too, where I start understanding where maybe they're coming from, because you have to learn so much about a human being. Like little things, like if you go to the same coffee shop every day, why do you order that same coffee? Why do you go to the same coffee shop? Is it because of a memory that you have there? Is it because you like the the barista? Like, what is it? And there's so much that goes into a human routine. When you start understanding that, when people go through things in their life, you're a lot more calm about it. So I loved it. I discovered that later in life, but that's the reason why I love it. And I'm like, radio, kudos to you guys. You can't do it.
But I'm out.
I can't do it.
I'll leave it up to my dad. You feel me?
Yeah, right?
Why were you walking around at 9 years old introducing yourself as Francia the Virgin?
Okay, I'm glad you guys speak Spanish here because I have to tell the story in Spanish.
Yeah.
So, you know how Latino parents are. No nos dicen nada. No nos habla del sexo. No existe.
You want to learn how to swim? Throw you in the pool. Figure
Exactly. I remember one time I was like, where do babies come from? They say you pray to God, and then one day you have a baby in your stomach. Do you know how many times I was a little girl like, Dios, yo quiero un hijo?
What?
I swear. So I heard the word virgin a lot in the movies Clueless and Hocus Pocus.
it out.
My mom está planchando en el cuarto. And I was like, God, what does this mean? Voy al cuarto y digo, Ma, ¿qué es una virgen? ¿Dónde escuchaste esa puta palabra? Anda planchando. And I'm like, en la tele, en la película, le expliqué todo. And she goes, oh, pues una virgen es cuando eres una señorita. Cuando no eres virgen, eres una señora. Ah, ok, entonces yo soy virgen. ¿Unos ojos? ¿Me ve? Dije, sí, tú eres virgen, no estás casada. Entonces no estás casada, entonces sí eres virgen.
Like, why are you getting yelled at? You know what I'm saying?
Swear to
Just
God.
act
Right?
No, like,
Kids don't answer parents' questions.
yeah, exactly. Because then you're like, fuck, am I going to get yelled at? Should I know this already?
Yeah.
And then I was like, well, ¿y tú eres virgen? Yo estoy casada. Entonces quiere decir que no. Yo soy una señora, entonces quiere decir que no soy una virgen. Ok, entonces una virgen es una señorita y alguien que no es virgen es una señora. Ok, eso es todo lo que me dijo.
That was your birds and bees talk then. That's it.
Eso es todo. And so
That was
then
your
I'm
introduction.
yeah, and so I was excited. I was like, damn, like I'm a señorita. And I always wanted to be older than what I was.
Yeah.
So I'm like, hi, I'm Francia. I'm a virgin.
Hilarious.
Hi, nice to meet you.
At what point did you realize maybe that's not how I should be
Oh,
introducing
real
myself?
quick, my classmates explained it to me. Yeah, Kelly Clarkson was talking about the school bus. We didn't have a school bus, but when I started doing that and talking about virgins, and although they gave it to me wrong at first. So at first they're telling me a virgin is when you don't have sex. When you do have sex. And when you're not a virgin, you don't have sex. So then people are like, oh, you're a virgin? And I'm like, no. Because once I started learning about sex, they thought it was the opposite.
right.
It was weird.
Wow.
My
Weird
talk
times.
was different. My dad was just like, hey, listen, if she gets pregnant, you got to move out. That was pretty much it. That was my introduction to sex.
Yep, that sounds about right. When I got my period, my dad just said, no me salgas con hijos, and my mom said, yo no cuido niños.
Oh my gosh.
Like, yo.
Wait, and how old were you? If you don't mind me asking.
12. I was
Okay,
12.
'cause I
So
know
I'm
usually
12.
you can be pretty young. Yeah.
I was
I'm 12
so
and I'm beefing with my parents about this now.
about this.
About my body.
9, I'm telling señorita, señora, and at 12, they're like, no me salgas con hijos. I'm like, what are you talking about?
Yeah.
Why? You didn't even tell
Say
me
it.
why I'm bleeding.
Yeah.
Yo, I don't even know why I'm here.
What happened?
telling me something else.
Puberty was a trip.
a
When I
trip.
started growing pubic hair, I was like, I'm dying. I didn't want to tell my mom. I called my cousin. I was like, I don't know what's happening. And I showed her. She's like, oh.
Oh, no.
Yeah, no, it was a rough, like,
Did you get yelled at for having pubic hair?
I got yelled at for not knowing what it was, and they had to explain it to
Oh
me. And
my
it's not like
gosh.
they yell; they just look at you. ¿De dónde aprendiste eso? Pues está saliendo de mi cuerpo.
What
Me
can
estoy muriendo. ¿Qué está pasando?
What can I tell you? Like, I didn't steal this hair.
Yeah, exactly.
It's coming out of me. Do you and Valentina have anything in common?
Ooh, me
Your
and
character.
Valentina. I think Valentina is a version of me that I wish I was.
Why?
Just
Is it that like
the
in your face confidence?
in your face confidence, always looking for a good time.
New Yorker?
Yeah, New Yorker.
Yeah.
That's what it is. She's a straight New Yorker.
Dead ass B.
Yeah, right. And
Big
yeah, so I think
bomb.
she's like the version of me. I'm a lot more shy than she is. A lot more shy than she
You
is.
are?
Yeah, I am. So let's see. I am, but then as you know, with doing radio, like turning on the mics, you put on your
Yep.
persona. Mine
Yes,
is Delilah Rose. So that's my Sasha Fierce. Is Delilah Rose.
Delilah
Rose.
Rose.
Yeah.
Where did the name come from?
I was taking a pole dancing class, and the teacher was talking about your inner goddess, your stripper name, all of the above.
Uh-huh.
And I said, okay, I'm rolling around on the ground. My ass is out. And I popped up and I went, Delilah Rose. That's my name.
Delilah Rose, right?
That's
yeah.
my name.
Were you taking that for yourself or was this for a boy?
No, for myself.
yourself.
Thank
Yes,
God. Yeah. No, it was
queen.
for myself. And it helped a lot. It made me a lot more confident in myself because you're checking yourself out the whole time. You see yourself so sexy. And because it's not for no one else, you almost are like, am I attracted to myself? I want to have sex with myself. I'm a bad bitch.
Kind of hot.
Hey, Les, is this why every girl you date looks like you, Les?
What's that?
Is this why every girl you like or
Oh
are
my
attracted to
God.
looks
I don't
exactly
know. Maybe
like
that
you?
makes a lot of sense
Right?
now. Jesus Christ.
I want to have sex with myself all the time.
Yeah, Leslie, all the girls she dates look like her. It's crazy.
Yeah, they do.
Like twins, bro.
It's
I'm
very
like,
sweet.
How
Leslie,
does that work?
who's
It's
who?
very confusing. I'm not gonna lie. I've been gay my whole life, but I'm still very confused by it every single day.
It's like she has a type. It's like herself.
Yeah,
She is her type.
We are. That's
I love myself. Why not?
100%.
right?
Exactly. I mean,
Queen.
listen.
You
I went
got
through a
you.
whole moment. I went through a whole moment with that.
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
But have you ever seen yourself on video? That looks different.
No, well, I work in TV, so yeah.
No, but I'm talking about privately.
Oh,
Like, it's weird. It's not, well, for a man, it's weird. It's like,
Right.
like that's what I look like on top. It's disgusting. And this poor girl.
yeah. One time, and I was like, I'm sexy.
Yeah.
I was like, I'm sexy. I'm feeling it. But when the camera turns on, she turns it on.
Right, right.
Yeah.
Yeah, you got to feel good about yourself. That's awesome, man.
Yeah.
Nice to meet you, Delilah.
Delilah Rose.
Nice
That's
to meet
right.
you too.
Leche would love to meet Delilah.
No.
Leche, Delilah,
No, I'm
Leche.
shy. I'm shy. Stop.
He's
stop,
our
stop.
resident dirtbag.
No, no,
Yeah.
I'm not.
He's shy. Por eso tiene los lentes. You're shy.
Yeah.
Take your sunglasses off, dude.
Wow.
You don't want to see. You don't want her. You don't have green eyes.
I didn't do eyeliner today.
You
fool.
are so dumb.
Neither did I.
I didn't put on my eyelashes.
You are
dog.
so
Come
dumb.
on.
Leche's been through it. Leche just dropped over 148 pounds.
Really?
Yeah.
In
Guy's
less than a year.
The guy's a machine.
No way!
yeah.
Congratulations.
And
You
he
look
was
great.
and he was a little disappointed that your dad wasn't Mexican.
Yeah, I thought he was Mexican this whole time. I just found out right now.
I think my dad, for a little bit, was also disappointed. He loves being Hondureño. No, he loves it.
Shout out
But-
my catrachos, 100%. But
Pero he always said, because I don't know much about Honduras, unfortunately, I want to, but he always says, yo como, cago y hago hijos como mexicano.
Yeah.
no, yeah, for the longest was, you just grow up thinking he was Mexican. You know what I'm saying?
So,
Yeah.
for those who don't know what that means, please
Oh.
translate it. In English, it sounds so much funnier.
I eat shit and make kids like a Mexican.
That's right.
Hilarious.
That's right.
He
I like
always
that.
would say that, yeah.
I like that. Yo, Latinx, is that important to you?
I'm still learning.
Yeah, I think we
know
all
it's,
are.
I know it's important to a lot of people. I
Sure.
know, especially nowadays with, Roe versus Wade being compromised, like we are all, and obviously COVID and stuff, we are all very self-conscious of our own needs, of our own bodies and our own choices. And now that we're doing so much unlearning, I'm understanding that what might not be important to me is to someone else, and it's important to validate that.
Right.
So I honor it and I respect it, and I'm trying to include it in my vocabulary. But like a lot of us, we didn't grow up with that. And in Spanish, it's so hard because the conjugations are female or male. But I do my best in trying to understand.
And you grew up Spanish-speaking household only, right?
Yeah. Oh my! We weren't allowed to speak English at the house. Mi
that
papá se
right?
enojaba.
But the minute you open the door, it's English, 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 English. So weren't you intimidated by that as a child?
First of all, they didn't explain it to me. So mira, I'm born into this Hispanic family.
Yo, I'm calling CPS on your parents. Bro.
I know.
I promise. They didn't tell you nothing.
They didn't tell me
Latino
shit.
households, yeah.
But it's many of them. It's like they didn't give me the birds and bees talk, but also for 3-4 years of my life, ando hablando español, I'm speaking Spanish, I'm eating one kind of food, listening to one kind of music, growing up the way you guys probably did. And then at 3-4 years old, they just drop me off at a school and say, goodbye. And they're speaking a whole other language. They're giving me food without tortillas. And I'm like, what the fuck is Twinkle,
Ama, ¿qué es
Twinkle,
un
Little
corn
Star?
dog?
Yeah.
You're like, this shit ain't la cucaracha, G.
Yeah, this is not la cucaracha. Like, ¿qué onda? I remember in kindergarten, we were doing like show and tell. And I was really into quebradita. And that's what I grew up with. And I remember I was
right.
so proud to bring my quebradita video that I watched every single day. And my teacher turned it off after like a few minutes because everyone was complaining. And I did not understand
It
why.
was too ethnic.
Wait, what was the video? Like did
Just
you-
people
Oh, you-
dancing.
okay.
No, just like it was just video of this couple dancing quebradita, but I watched it every single day. I loved it for some reason, and I felt bad because my teacher at the time was Latina, and she was like, "It's just different
It's
here."
too Mexican, or it's too Latino, or it's too.
I don't even know what. I mean, I can't remember, but I remember I felt so bad because I was so excited and no one liked it. And at
Oh,
5
that
years
sucks.
old,
Yeah.
so
That breaks your heart. That's your world.
Yeah,
'Cause
so
it's the
th-
only
so
thing
you know,
truly
yeah.
love, and then
because
you
that's
show
all
it to
I
somebody.
knew
Right.
for all that time. So, but so you talk about when you open the door, I open the door and I walk out, and it's a whole other culture that I did not know, and I'm learning as I go. But then I come back and I have to go back to what I know. But no one explained it. No one understand. Like, we are in two different worlds. My dad was so stuck in. Yo hablo español, somos hispanos. Alguien me dijo que yo no iba a trabajar en Hollywood porque no hablaba inglés, entonces no voy a hablar inglés, and that's how he raised us. So then, but now I have to learn how to be an American too.
Yeah.
Help me.
Yeah,
Yeah.
right. Yo, someone help me, please.
Yeah,
Right?
it was tough. And then
Yeah.
now you want me to translate for you? I learned English when I was 6.
Well, listen, I had an apartment under my name at 7. So I can relate. You feel me? My parents didn't have the best credit, and out of nowhere, I had an apartment under my name. What are you gonna do? And no one explains to you why or what you're doing. You
what
just have
you're
to sign a
doing.
paper at 7, and you're like, I don't know what I'm doing.
Oh, God. I didn't even know you could do that. That's savage.
Yeah. Old school.
Oh, wow.
Old school. Yeah.
Wow. So
Yeah.
that's what it was like growing up.
God, that's tough though. But look at you. You know what I mean? Like
We made it out.
you made it out, and all that stuff just makes you stronger. Because it could
Yeah.
have broke you too as a kid. That could have made you feel not worthy, like you didn't belong, or you're not enough.
But it did for a while. I mean, that's how I felt. I went through a huge depression, not just because of that,
As
but
a kid.
but just so much, you know.
Yeah.
You puberty, breakups. They don't. My parents didn't teach me how to date either. Like muchas cosas. But thankfully, I have great friends that supported me. Also forced me into therapy.
Oh,
And
good,
I've
good.
been really good. I started going in 2014. 2018, I started seeing a difference. In 2020,
For you.
COVID is terrible, but emotionally and mentally, it was the best thing that ever happened to me.
Yeah, because it forced you to shut down.
Shut down and
Take a
really
look at
deal with
things.
everything.
And connect
Yeah,
with yourself.
and take a look at things. Yeah.
Take a look at
Do you ever
things.
tell your
Wow.
parents you taught me nothing and I owe you nothing and
Yeah.
I'm out?
Yeah, I mean, they laugh. That's all they do is they laugh.
It sounds like the script. I feel like the way you just described your childhood sounds like something I would watch because I could relate.
True.
Like, so
Very
good.
true.
I've been wanting to write it as a series, honestly.
Yeah.
The more I talk about it, I said, this is the story that's lacking. And one of the things
Yes,
that I
ma'am.
was really focused on with How I Met Your Father, when I read her, I said, you know what? I've never really made the choice of making someone first or second generation. There's a difference. So the way I read her, I said, she's second generation. I've played first generation this whole time. So let me switch it up. And people are like, well, why was that important? And it's important because for character work, it's important. But I think it was more important for me to verbalize it and vocalize that there is a difference. Because still to this day, even though I grew up here, I still have both sides. But there's times where I don't know certain words in English. Or let's say someone talks about music and they're like, you don't know who this is? And I'm like, for a long time, I felt really stupid. And I would go home and I would Google. And I'm like, all right, I'm ready for this next music talk. And then it's another artist that maybe I didn't hear of. Like, I remember I became friends with Evan Ross a long time ago. And he was like, my mom's Diana Ross. I said, who? And they were like, you don't know who Diana Ross is? And I'm like, do you know who Vicente Fernandez is?
Rest in peace.
You know, R.I.P.
As an actress, this is a question, this is an argument that we've been having here on the show for a few days now. Is a cameo an appropriate gift for your husband or wife? You know what a cameo is?
Yes.
Is that an
It's a
appropriate
birthday
gift?
gift, right?
As an actor?
Well, just for a regular person to their husband or their wife. Are you on Cameo?
No. I mean, I don't see what's wrong with it. What is wrong with it?
I don't know. Is there anything that could be wrong with it? Les doesn't think that's a great gift.
Why?
Because
Because Garcia gave one to his wife and she flipped out.
I didn't flip out. I just said, what else did you get her? Because I feel like, I mean.
Oh, that was
something
the
a little
only
bit more
gift?
thought-
Oh, okay.
Easy, ladies. Easy.
If that was the only
I'm
gift,
walking
that's
out
one
of the
thing.
interview. I like this.
No,
energy.
it was a very it's a thoughtful gift
Wait.
because the person that did the cameo, his wife is a big fan of, and I think the entire family is a fan of this person.
Yeah, I don't see what's wrong with it.
Les?
What is wrong with it? Let's talk about this.
I mean, listen, to be honest with you, I felt like, I don't know. I didn't know that it was somebody that was thoughtful or that was like important to her that she was a big fan of. All he said was he got her a cameo. And I was like, that's it? Like just a cameo? But that's news to me. So, I mean, I don't know. I think something a little bit more thoughtful. Like what's her favorite perfume?
like if it was the only gift, I would understand that. Like, okay, you can do a little more. But I think it's a great gift. I mean, if it's someone that you admire, why not? I mean, it's not my partner, but I did that for my sister. I got Josh Peck to say happy birthday, and like she cried.
Dope. How you spending
nice is
Valentine's Day?
Me?
Yeah.
Probably doing press. I don't know. We're calling it Valentina Day.
Valentina Day, I like that.
Calling it.
I like that.
She is single. She is me, and very happy. I live in freedom. So what the fuck is Valentine's Day? I don't know.
You feel me?
Another day to me.
It's another day.
It's another day.
But I know your phone ain't dry. I know your DMs ain't dry.
No, I mean I have
There's
friends.
no way. Yeah, man.
Who got friends, Delilah or
Hey.
Francia?
Delilah.
Or Valentina?
Lila got some
Delilah.
friends.
Jesus Christ, you got three personalities.
I'm
gosh.
awkward as hell. Well, listen, I'm a Leo too. That's weird. You would think I'm a Gemini.
You're a Leo as well, Garcia.
Whatever
Yeah,
that
no.
means.
I've known the guy for 30 years. I don't know. I never knew he was a Leo. Garcia's
Yeah, no,
a
I'm
Leo.
not interested in a relationship right now. You know, I've been busting my ass for 17 years to be in this position.
Yo, you're
by
juggling like two
myself.
shows right now, too.
Yeah,
Yo.
so I'm like, I want to enjoy this by myself.
Yeah.
Like, it's not, if someone had grown with me in all of this,
Then sure, yeah.
Sure, but to just pop in right now, I'm cool.
There's strength in being selfish at times. You know what I'm saying?
It's the best gift in the world that you can give yourself.
For sure, for
Yeah.
sure. But you don't want to die alone, you know?
No, obviously, I'm sure when it happens, it'll happen. I'm not looking for it, and I'm not necessarily lonely. Like I just went to a wedding, and weddings always make you lonely. And it was probably like the first time I wasn't, and I was like, I live in freedom.
You're like, yo,
That's awesome.
who am I?
Yeah. You want to hit on me? No.
Stay away.
But if Drake slides into the DMs, what are we doing?
No.
No?
No.
Why not?
I mean, don't slide in my DM. You have a way to contact me. It's also the way you approach me. I don't care who you are at this point. Drake cannot impress me. I have been with people that no one knows about. And honestly, you learn that everyone is just a human. You shit like I do and you get hungry like I do. I don't care.
Go off, sis. Go off.
So, like, whatever. If you want to talk to me, don't send your manager. Don't slide in my DM. Find a way to contact me. And I know there's ways.
Have people send their manager?
Yeah.
I said we found you.
Then Drake can
Yeah,
find you.
Exactly.
Has that happened where you had a guy had his manager send?
I won't say who it is, but he is a very well-known artist. And we were at the Teen Choice Awards. And his...
Oh, I know. No, I'm just I know.
I'm like,
If I would have said this one thing, you might know.
Say it.
His manager came up to me.
But doesn't Bad Bunny have a girlfriend?
hey.
It wasn't him. It wasn't him. He's a R&B singer.
We could speculate all day.
You could. But
But so
anyway,
he sent somebody?
he sent his manager.
Oh, come on,
What did his
bro.
manager say?
He said, hey, so-and-so wants to meet you. Can I get your number for him? Blah, blah, blah. And I said, I don't deal with chaperones. He can come talk to me myself. Himself.
Francia.
Yeah. So that he ended up coming to talk to me, and he was like really shy. And I said, why are you sending,
Like, bro, are we
A
in high school?
guardian.
Yeah. Your guardian?
your guardian?
Your handler.
You need a chaperone?
Hey, my homie thinks you cute.
Yeah. I did not give my number. I did not go out with him. It happened to me with a basketball player, too, where he also sent a chaperone. He was like, sorry, maybe there was paparazzi. I was like, I don't give a fuck. Like, you can come talk to me yourself.
You're a tough cookie to crack, man. But
part.
good for you, you know?
Exactly.
I've been through too
gotta
much
be.
in life.
Nah, man, you gotta be.
Yeah.
How I Met Your Father on Hulu. Tuesdays, Monday, West Coast, all that. Francia, thank you very much for coming through.
Thank you for having me. It was so fun.
All day.
Gracias.
You're welcome
Thank
anytime.
you for the corona. I appreciate it.
All day.
She's almost done. I'm not driving. Don't worry.
Good.
And you're drinking alone. I'm not mad at that either. You know what I mean?
I'm on hiatus right now, so I'm living my best life. I also just got back from that wedding, and I've been drinking all weekend.
Oh,
Whatever.
no.
Awesome.
I'll start the cleanse next
it going.
week.
Yeah.
That's right. Let's go smoke on P4.
Okay. I got some joints.
Yo, check out more of our YouTube interviews now, ASAP+. Download the free iHeartRadio app so you can check out the Cruz Show podcast.